Welcome to Revolution Sundays with yours truly, A.G. Green Sr. So glad to be here with you on today. Tag, share, and text, share, and tag. Whether you're watching me live on YouTube or within our Patreon community, Grand Rising. You, and you. What an honor and a privilege it is for me to find myself positioned in your life today to connect with you spiritually, psychologically, and emotionally, even through the realm of all that is and there is all. Oneness of consciousness. And I appreciate you all for tuning in today. It's time for us to vibe with our tribe. Yes, it is time for us to vibe with our tribe. Text, share, and tag. Let folks know that we're streaming live. More specifically, people who vibe with our tribe. I'm going to pray. Almighty, I'm so thankful for all that you've granted and afforded us in this moment. We are believers in your infinite love and grace. We thank you for your goodness. We thank you for your mercy. We thank you for your grace. Your will is done in us, with us, and through us. We're led and guided into truth and into higher realms of consciousness. We thank you for the example, the name, the way, the power, and consciousness of Yeshua HaMashiach. It is so, and so it is. Thank you. You can visit me at theaggreen.com. And of course, you can follow me and subscribe to the various social media platforms you see at the bottom of the screen. And I am so thankful and so grateful to be with you on today. And I always like to remind you of what Philippians 4:13 says, I can do all things through Christ, through the Christ mind who strengthens me. I want you to type it in the comment section. I can. Come on, type it in the comment section. I can. That's it. Type it in the comment section. I can. That's it. Type it in the comment section. I can. Oh, yes, I can. I can maneuver and navigate. I can master all situations and all circumstances. Come on. I can. That's it. Type it in the comment section. I can, through the Christ, through the Christos, through the Christ mind. People think it's just the figure of Christ, just the character of Christ. No, it is the mind of Christ that we're fused with, and it is fused with us. It is a part of us. And as we allow access to the mind of Christ, Christ's mind, we will access the eternal mind of the creator, source, and sustainer, and be able to master all situations and all circumstances. Another text says, down to him that is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that we ask or think, and it's according to the power that worketh in us. I want you to type in the comment section, I am powerful. As a matter of fact, I want you to speak it out loud and speak it to yourself. I am powerful. Come on, type it in the comment section. I am powerful. Come on, that's it, family. Type it and speak it. Breathe it and feel it. Know it. Embody it. Become it. I am powerful. Oh my goodness. Come on, that's it. Type it in the comment section. I am powerful. That's it. Type it in the comment section. I am powerful. I am powerful. That's it. Type it in the comment section. I am powerful. Yes, I am powerful. That's it, family. Know that you know that you know that you know. As you are one with the Creator, one with the Sustainer, one with the source of all. You're not separate from it. You are one with it. Type in the comment section and speak out loud to yourself. I am powerful. What a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful thing it is to know that you know that you know that you are powerful. It's a praise and gratitude alert. I'm so thankful for you. I'm thankful for the last Sunday in this calendar year. And I'm so thankful to have life, health, and strength and the potential to unleash the infinite within myself, that I might continue to do what the Creator has placed me here to do. That's what I'm grateful for. And last but not least, I'm grateful for you. I'm thankful for you. I want you to type at least one thing in the comment section that you are thankful for, that you get praise and gratitude for right now. Come on, type it in the comment section. At least one thing that you are thankful and grateful for, that you give praise, to the Creator, source, and sustainer of all life. Come on, let's see. What are your praises about today? What is your gratitude for right now? That's it. Type it in the comment section. Tell me real quickly what your praise and gratitude is about on this particular day. Miracles, I thank Him. I thank the Creator for miracles, for they're happening in me and they're happening all around me. Things are taking place right now to align with the desires of my heart. So let's see here. My Krista says, I'm grateful to be a part of this amazing tribe. Thank you so much, my Chris. Let's see. Hillary says, I'm grateful that everything always works out for me. Wonderful, wonderful, absolutely. And Linda says, I'm thankful and grateful for my life and praise God bringing me through this year. Absolutely. Brenda says, thankful for the great report of divine healing and great health. Wonderful, wonderful. A resident therapist says, I'm grateful for being one with the divine. Absolutely. Now, resident mystic says, thankful to the source of all, for he has done, for all he has done thus far. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful sentiments and expressions of gratitude, of praise, of awe, of wonder to the almighty true Creator of all things. And we're so thankful and so grateful for you sharing those wonderful, awesome things with me. What are you eating and sipping? Real quickly, family. What are you eating and sipping? Tell me what you're eating and sipping. I was sipping on some 5 or 6 mushroom coffee. I've already devoured it, helping me power my day. Tell me, family, what are you eating and sipping? Real quickly, what are you eating and sipping? Talk to me. What are you eating and sipping right now? What are you eating and sipping? And how do you feel? I'm empowered, encouraged, and I'm so thankful and grateful. It's always an honor and privilege to speak to you. And the divine, the Creator, supplies me with supernatural strength. No matter how I feel before I hit that live button, as we proceed, he always energizes me. Let's see. The resident mystic says, spaghetti and garlic bread for breakfast. Watch out now. Hillary rubbing off on some folk. Spaghetti and, now remember, family, again, our resident mystic is in California. So depending on where you are, I think that's 2 hours ahead if you're in Central Time Zone, and 3 hours ahead if you're in the Eastern Time Zone. So what is it? It's probably about 9 o'clock, I think, where he is now. And he is eating spaghetti and garlic bread. Hillary done rubbed off on some folk. Let's see here. Brenda says cinnamon biscuit. Sounds delicious. That spaghetti and garlic bread sounded delicious too. Let's see. She also says probiotic ginger. That was Brenda's cinnamon biscuit, and Hillary's probiotic ginger lemon tea. Delicious. Sounds good. Rested and cozy. Still in bed. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. And let's see here. Krista says nothing at the moment. Feeling good. Which was Hillary said. She said she had the same thoughts. Oh my goodness. Oh, my goodness gracious me. All right. Yes, 9. He says it's 9 a.m. out there in California. California, 9 a.m. See our resident therapist, Green Tea, feeling peaceful. Looking forward to our time together today. Absolutely, absolutely, sir. Thank you so much for that. Anybody else want to tell us what you're eating and sipping and how you're feeling? What are you eating and sipping and how are you feeling? What are you eating and sipping and how are you feeling? Thank you. I'm receiving, and I guess you could call it an upload or a download. An upload. Maybe it's an upload from the God that's in me to my conscious mind instead of a download. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing with us today. And I love the various different tastes that people have and the various different eating habits they have. You know, we grew up with strict dietary laws and you couldn't eat certain things for breakfast, which I still abide by some of that. But listen, eat what you want to eat. That's what I like. When you get grown, you can eat what you want to eat when you're grown. Linda says nothing yet, but she's gonna have baked chicken wings. She got baked chicken wings in the oven. Watch out now. I had some extra folks showing up at dinner, and nothing like some good seasoned baked chicken wings. Although I haven't eaten meat in years, I still remember how delicious it could be. And she's feeling blessed. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All right, family, let me shift gears here. And I want to remind you, if you haven't joined our Patreon community, I'm not going to put the graphic up today. REV50 gets you 50% off the first month, 50% off the first month. This has been an interesting year. I think we opened it up in September, I think it was. And we're going to amp it up. I'm going to be spending the rest of this year and the first 40 days of the beginning of the year doing some specific things to enhance not only myself, but what I want to offer through our Patreon platform and all my social media platforms in the upcoming future. I'll be sharing more with you about that. I'll take this music down so I can speak to you. Thank y'all so much for being here. And I'm pretty much finished with the subject I was discussing about the challenges of faith. And let me just share this with you before I get into what I want to talk about this last Sunday in the Gregorian, excuse me, might be Gregorian calendar year. Uh, some things I want to share with you, kind of as an introduction into some things I will touch on today. Now, it's the last Sunday in the year, so I'm going to probably go over a few minutes on purpose. You will see a live video from me in the next day or two, finishing uh, my series on, why it's important to finish your year strong and giving you some tips on how to do it. I hope you've been watching that. If you have not been watching that, I think there are 4 videos up in our Patreon community right now. Family, I make these videos for you. I make them for your edification. I make them to empower and strengthen you. So if you have not seen the first 4 before video number 5 drops this week, I want you to go and watch those videos. Now, I think Wednesday is on the 31st, so I probably will not come on live because some of y'all might be partying, hanging out with family, and things like that. But at the same time, if you inbox me or leave messages in our community that you at least want me to drop something on the 31st as a boost for you, I'll put something together for you. Now, let me say this. And then I'm going to share this upload that I'm receiving now from the Spirit. That is an introduction, leads into an introduction to what I'm going to be discussing with you over the next several minutes. First of all, I want to thank all of you for your love and support. I want to thank all of our paid patrons. I want to make sure that we increase our paid patrons in the upcoming year. That is what's going to help not only empower me, but empower this platform. At the beginning of next year, and again, I'm using my own money and resources, I'm going to officially start this spiritual community. It's named Revolution Inc., of course, on Patreon, but I'm going to officially incorporate it as a non-for-profit spiritual center in the upcoming year. You'll be hearing more about that. Your patron membership and other gifts. Some of you still tithe, others give offerings. We welcome all that. We just don't put pressure on people to do that, but we do understand the principle of giving and receiving. Your dollars and cents or whatever you give, your money, your time, some of you might want to donate, whatever, real estate, whatever, is going toward the spiritual center called Revolution Inc. And I'll be talking more about that in the future and hoping to bring a few of you on as, officers or people who could help me run the center. I have no desire to do everything myself. I have no desire to do all the teaching myself. I have various talented people who watch me weekly, and we're going to expand on Patreon in the upcoming year. Just wanted to kind of share that with you before I move forward. Now, hear me. I will get into the numerological aspects of the upcoming year soon. Okay, I will get into that soon, family. But what I want to say to you is this, and hear what I'm saying today. Hear what I'm saying today. Uh, when I started deconstructing religion and started recognizing how powerful we are, how that creator, how that wonderful creator created us just like it to create, to manifest, to operate from pure spirit or pure consciousness. uh, I had to reel myself in because I leaned to a certain side, and I've been known as a prophet for 30 years. Prophecy, seeing into folks' lives, seeing the future, I could see all of that. I scaled part of that back because I realized that uh, as a spiritual being of a divine species, of a God class, made in the image and likeness, which I do believe, of an almighty creator that came here with power and ability, I speak my own prophecies and I fulfill those prophecies. The teachings on being a conscious creator are about that. What things soever you desire when you pray, he said, believe that you receive them and you already have them. I can decree a thing, the Old Testament writer said, but Yeshua says in I think it's verse 23 of Mark 11 and 23, okay, uh, have faith in God. For verily I say unto you that whosoever shall say, so I get to say unto this mountain, be thou removed, be thou cast into the sea, shall not doubt in my heart, but shall believe those things which I say shall come to pass. I'll have whatever I say, which means that I am speaking things into existence in my life. I'm speaking those things into existence. So when I give a prophetic forecast, it's a little bit different than what I used to. And I had to bring myself back in because I had turned that side off of me that I can literally see the future in people's lives. I've been doing it for 3 decades now with accuracy and precision. I scale back because I start realizing that people, number one, are living self-fulfilling prophecies. No matter what's said to you, you have to receive it into your own framework, your own mental framework, your own spiritual framework, to own it, to manifest it. So a lot of times people are giving prophecies for the year, and the reason why people aren't seeing the fulfillment of those prophecies is because number one, it was general and vague. Number two is only for specific people. But as I was sitting here teaching, sitting here going through the introduction today, the Spirit spoke to me. And again, the Spirit has been on me about keeping those channels open, the prophetic channels, the divine insight, wisdom, and knowledge, knowing things. So I've had to open myself up to those things. But the Spirit said to reveal it to you in this way today, that the upcoming year can and will be the greatest year of your life if you do the inner work. if you do the inner work. Are you hearing me? Now, maybe external to you, I can talk about politics, the rise and fall of people in politics, the rise and fall of spiritual leaders. Maybe I could talk a little bit about the rise and fall of markets. Maybe I could talk about wars, so forth and so on. But the truth be told, despite all of those things happening in a shared reality, the outcome for us is based on us as conscious creators and what we believe about what's happening within us, which will eventually happen externally, and what we believe about how we master or navigate or walk on water or walk through whatever appears to be chaotic or challenges or oppositions or shifts and change in power and government, so forth and so on. Your life is still determined by you. Your life is still determined by what you believe. This is what Yeshua is showing us as an example in his life. Period. If you want to get to the other side and create a shortcut, instead of going by land, you need to walk by sea, walk on water. When people were sick, he made them whole and made them well. Am I making any sense? When people were hungry, he took small, meager resources and multiplied it to feed thousands of people on multiple occasions. Yeshua taught you that you are the master of your reality. He taught you that if you operate with his mindset, with his faith, his mindset, his intellectual approach, his spiritual approach, his emotional approach, you will walk in a level of ascension where you will master all these elements. So what I'm led to tell you is that for those who are willing to submit to what might be appear to be strange to them and new revelation to them about themselves and how they relate to the creator, how they relate to the divine, how they relate to the source. This will be, this upcoming year, the greatest calendar year up until this point for you, because it is about becoming. I'm going to say it again. It is about becoming. The reason why prophecies work when people were given individual prophecies, it's not so much that because it came from the creator, it's because the person received it and then did the work. They didn't just let it fall on them and then they did nothing. They opened their hearts, they created an expectation, they created an alignment with the word that was spoken, and allowed their identities to shift in alignment with a new version of them that had all these things, that received all these things, that was all these things that was prophesied to them. So I speak to my little tribe. I speak to our tribe here today that's watching me live and others who may come behind this in replay. You have the opportunity, no matter who's in office, no matter where you work, despite what your educational level may be, despite what might be going on in your family, despite what might be going on in you, you have the opportunity to manifest the greatest year of your life. The greatest year of your life. But what I want you to know is, and we're going to Mark 2:22 and Matthew 9:29 and Romans 12:2. What I want you to realize is this: no being is coming down from heaven to do it for you. But there is a being that's you, that's already one with the creator of all things. That if you surrender yourself, start opening yourself up to new possibilities, new revelation, and incorporate it into your psychological construct and actually become what you're hearing, then you'll see the manifestation of what I'm saying to you right now, because you will do the work. Hear me. Do you know how long folks have heard prophecies about they're going to be blessed financially? And I'm one of those people. Those things haven't happened yet. You know why? Because I wasn't in alignment with it. I didn't understand, even as a prophet, even as a man of faith, who has seen many miracles, even before I started deconstructing and coming into a place of deeper alignment with the creator, with the divine. I want you to understand that I had to recognize that it is God in me, with me, at times as me, that's doing the work. Yeshua says it is the Father that doeth the work. But there was a part of the work that I had to do in submitting to see myself as, to operate as the identity of the one who is affluent, who is flowing in abundance, who is blessed literally to be a blessing, who does not live with a scarcity mentality, who does not live consumed in fear and with fear, who does not allow anxiety to rule his life, who does not believe that my present and my future is predicated on the actions of other people, but starting to know and recognize, even according to what Yeshua teaches, even according to the simplistic theories of the of that we see from quantum, the field of quantum mechanics, the observer effect, and from psychology, understanding the core beliefs reflecting in our reality. Hear what I'm saying today. Putting all of these trinkets of information together, when we come into this knowing, not only do we as a divine superpower have the ability to manifest, but we choose to hook up and connect with the creator, to see to see through the creator's eyes, and see through the creator's power that's merged with our power. Great and dynamic results. Good to see Pamela, who was on Patreon today, Pamela Moore. So I want you to see that the greatest year of your life will take place when you take on the identity of the person who is living the greatest year of their lives. Oh my goodness, I felt that. So Mark 2:22 to my assistants, Mark 9:29, Matthew 9:29, I'm sorry, say it one more time. Mark 2:22, Matthew 9:29, Romans 12:2. We've looked at these texts before. We're going to look at them again, and I'm going to put this up. This should be just this what I want to cover today. Do the work, becoming the vessel that can hold God's blessings. And this is a part of the blog series article I wrote. If you missed that blog article from 2 weeks ago, I think it is, go and read it time and time again and take notes. And as I said, the Doing the Work series is going to complete this week. I probably put up Monday or maybe no later than Tuesday. It's not even, I don't think, 30 minutes. It's probably, in my opinion, probably the best video of the whole series. Because my desire is for you to close out this chapter of a calendar year, spiritually, psychologically, and physically, so that you can make way for a version of you that vibrates at a higher level, that operates in a higher dimension, that is of another dimension in the upcoming year. But guess what? We're going to have to do the work. We're going to have to become the vessel that can and will hold all of the blessings, all of the empowerment that the Creator has already placed within us. Here's the King James. And no man putteth new wine into old bottles, else the new wine doth burst the bottles, and the wine is spilled, and the bottles will be marred by new wine, will be marred. But new wine must be, let's see, she put in to new bottles. I'll explain that in a minute. And let's see here. Hillary has the NIV. And no one pours new wine into old wineskins, otherwise the wine will burst. The skins in both the wine and the wineskins will be ruined. No, they pour new wine into new wineskins. Okay. Now let me stop right there. Hold up on the scriptures. I'm going to hit 9:29 in a minute, and then I'll ask you for the last one, which was Romans 12:2. Let me talk about that. Yeshua is addressing crowds of people who are stuck in uh, a Torah theology, the theology of the Torah, the teachings and learnings of the Torah, which some call the law, which Christians call the Old Testament. That's not what uh, Jews call it. It's what Christians call it. Christians have basically hijacked somebody else's religion. I don't even want to get into that. But he's trying to teach them a new way. He's trying to teach them a new theology. He's trying to teach them a new philosophy. He's trying to teach them new life-giving principles. And in trying to teach those new life-giving principles, he's encountering resistance because people, again, worship their leadership and worship the conceptual framework of the presentation of the old God. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this because there's a lot of spark and controversy and debate, especially in scholarly circles. You don't hear this much in Christianity because Christianity wants to make everything work. They want to renegotiate the text to make it look like it harmonizes on every verse, and in all actuality, it doesn't. But you'll notice that as they have attached Yeshua to the one true God, he's like a better version of God than the Old Testament version. The Old Testament version has women and children killed. Yeshua softens, many believe, on the scholarly level. And these are discussions they have, peer review, papers, all kinds of stuff that I've read. Yeshua softens who the Creator is by showing a loving side, a forgiving side. And it's not that you don't see that aspect of what they think is the Creator spoken of in the Old Testament. And you're gonna be shocked in the upcoming year because I'm going to show you some situations in the text that's going to prove to you that every time you think God is mentioned, it's not really the God, it's something else. But nevertheless, Yeshua is demonstrating a warmer, more loving God. He basically doesn't even really practice Judaism, despite the text that you hear him say he's coming to fulfill the law. He's not coming to fulfill the law in the sense that he's doing everything that was prescribed in the law. For example, he broke several laws purposely. When he and his disciples, or the men who followed him, are picking wheat, it says corn in the text, but it's not corn like maize. It is wheat. It's a translation error. It is wheat. On the Sabbath, he's breaking a law. He's healing a man on the Sabbath. He's breaking a law. Hear what I'm saying today. So he's teaching people new revelation. He's teaching them new knowledge, but they can't absorb it because they're stuck in the testaments. They're stuck in the book. They're stuck in what their rabbis have been teaching them for hundreds of years. And this is where he uses the analogy in terms of the creation and curation of wine. New wineskins that were newly created had more elasticity. They had more of an ability to stretch. The older wineskins started drying up. So because of the freshness of the new wine, it didn't mix with the age of the old wineskin, which is what they used to put wine in to drink from, because it would sprout a leak. So Yeshua is using this analogy to say that if you've got an old mindset and an old mentality about God, an old mindset and an old mentality about theology, an old mindset and an old mentality about the Creator, you can't receive the message that I'm saying to you. You can't even hold it. Hear what I'm saying today, family. This is why I do not have certain conversations with people in my own family who are, watch this, astute in the reality tunnel of Christianity, astute in the reality tunnel of Christian scholarship. It is Christian scholarship. It is not really God divine scholarship. I need you to hear what I'm saying today, because they don't understand that they have generated their own miracles. They've generated their own experiences based on their own core beliefs, based on their own observation of situations, watch this, in their own definition or framework of who God is and what God is to them in terms of the blessings and the curses that they've experienced in their life. To them, that experience of confirmation of a belief says, this is the real God that I've been serving. In essence, they don't know that as a divine species, they can manifest their own consequences. They can manifest their own blessings. Watch this. And they can empower or disempower the deity that's in their life, again, based on their faith of who they think God is and what they think God does. And I'll give you this example again. Remember, I talked about the women wearing pants thing, how a woman Sarah, she saw demons coming out of pants, and how people believe, women used to believe that if they wore pants, that they were in sin, watch this, and they were this not favored by God. So why is it that a lot of women in who put these pants on experience deleterious negative situations in their life? It wasn't because the creator was saying, oh, you put them pants on, so I'm gonna make sure something happened to your house so you can lose all your money, or I'm gonna make sure your relationship dissolves and falls apart. This is the perspective that people have of God, that if you don't align with your God will just ruin and sabotage your life. They didn't understand that it wasn't the creator that was creating these negative consequences. It was their beliefs. They didn't understand that the text, according to your faith, so be it unto you, is not just about good things. It's about whatever you believe is what you're going to receive. They didn't understand that. Just like many Christians today don't understand that. That they are speaking and fulfilling their own prophecies by their own mouth, by their own tongue, by their own belief, by their own conviction. They get up in the morning and say it's going to be a bad day. I could just feel it's going to be I could just tell this is going to be a rough day. And by the end of the day, it's one of the roughest days in recent history. And they say, see, I knew it was going to be like this. Yes, you do it. You spoke it. You created it. You align with sinister, clumsy, negative, darkened aspects of your mind and created a reality that reflected feedback to you from the physical, from the three-dimensional, because you got up in the morning and declared and decreed out of your own mouth from your own conviction that it was going to be a bad day. How else could it be a great day? Unless the divine decided he was going to intervene in your foolishness and shut it down and show you you don't have to have a bad day. You can start out rough and shift the course of it. I need y'all to catch this. My goodness, I feel something. Am I making any sense to anybody? Am I making any sense to anybody? I'm not even in my notes yet. What? Lord have mercy. I'm not even in my notes yet. Let me get into my notes so I can act right. Let me here. So I want you to see that in this text, and this is why there are people who are going to stop by this channel. This is why this channel is not for everybody. This is why I'm going into the Patreon community, have gone in. It's a safer community, because there's some stuff I want to tell y'all. You're going to have to chew on it. Some of y'all going to have to chew on it, because you're dealing with an old wineskin theology, an old wineskin mentality. And because you have been, something has been around for hundreds of years or a few thousand years, you honestly think it's the truth. This is what I keep telling people. And I talk to people on the highest levels who think they're on the highest levels on the intellectual, scholarly perspective in religion. And none of them want to deal with what was truth and what was happening before their religion was spawned just a few thousand years ago. They don't want to touch that. Nobody wants to touch that. Okay. And so what I want you to understand is just because something has been taught for hundreds of years, and in that teaching, much of it has been hijacked, much of it has been watered down, much of it has been set up to control the masses anyway. You honestly think that is truth, but there's some spiritual wisdom and spiritual knowledge and spiritual systems that existed thousands of years before your religion. And I'm not just talking about one religion. I'm talking about multiple religions that preach exclusivity as if they're the only carriers and bearers of truth. What was happening before your religion was spawned, before your Savior was created, before your book was written? I'm going to let that sink in. I'm going to let that sink in. So I'm saying to you, don't be discouraged. Don't quit the channel, which some folk have. When I start talking about something that's out of the boundaries and out of the theological and philosophical boundaries that you have been taught, the first thing people want to say in the churches is demonic and it's error. And the truth be told is that there is so much error in your church, so much error in your mosque, so much error in your religious systems, because they're not really, they have spotty representations, a pinhole of light, a pinhole of the presence of the actual creator, but not the full effulgence or the brilliance or the full effect of it. So Yeshua is shifting and changing and shaking trees and coming along with stuff that's not in that defies what's in their testaments, that defies what's in their books. Hear what I'm saying today. And he's angered a lot of people. So he realized that if you're listening to me, just like right now, if you're listening to me with an old mindset, with an old theology, from an old commentary, from somebody that didn't even like you that wrote the book, from somebody who was misinformed themselves, and you think that that is the ultimate actual truth, then you can't hold the teaching that I'm teaching to you right now. And you can't hold the previous installments of my conversations with you because you got an old wineskin mentality. You got an old wineskin mind. Oh, my goodness. I love you. It comes from the heart when I speak it. And this is what Yeshua is saying. I got to get on because I done got stuck on this part. Let me go back up. They put these other scriptures up that I need to introduce right quick. Then he touched their eyes and said, according to your faith be it unto you. Then he touched their eyes, saying, according to your faith be it unto you. That's NIV and King James Version. Again, the reflection of what happens in your life is based on what you believe. Hear me. If you believe that snakes are the most dangerous, sinister creatures on the planet, regardless of whether they got venom or not, that's the reality that you believe. You use your faith, and remember, an important ingredient in faith is conviction, meaning that there's a convincing. You are convinced that what you know and what you believe is the truth and nothing but the truth. So nobody can tell you nothing about snakes because your fear has been created by you in association with these snakes. So whenever you see a garden snake crawl across the yard or see one slithering across the field on television, you draw up, you get scared, not because the creator said it's the worst thing for you, but because you as a creator, because you as a one who's becoming, because you as the one who gets to manifest from your thoughts, from your convictions, from your emotions, have decided that the snake is the most sinister creature on the planet. Nobody can really tell you nothing. The old wineskin of your mind is so filled with the fear of any snake that when new light comes in to tell you that not every snake is dangerous, you can't receive that. You don't care about that. You are attached and have an affinity, and may I say, an obsession with holding on to your fear that all snakes are to be feared. Hear me, family. Hear me, family. Hear me, family. The blind men were able to be healed. And remember, I believe that's the text from the Message Bible that says, become what you believe. Everybody is what they believe right now. I want you to type it in the comment section. I am right now what I believe. Type that in the comment section for me. I am right now what I believe. Type that in the comment section for me right now. I am right now what I believe. I am right now what I believe. Let me make 5 points, and I got to get out of here. 5 points. I kind of started these points in error on the do the work, but you'll see I finished them. But I want to touch on these. The last Sunday in the year, I'm going to take a little extra time today, so y'all hang in there with me. Okay? Hang in there with me, family. Please hang in there with me. Because I want to make sure. I want to make sure that everybody who's watching me, those on Patreon and those on YouTube, I want to make sure that you start out the new calendar year already embracing a new you because of a new mindset. Remember, there is no new year for you without a new mindset. Yes, there's a new calendar year, but there really is no new year. Every year, this is what people get tripped up. Oh, it's a new year. It's got to be better and brighter. It's got to listen. The new year will be just like the previous years if there isn't a new thinking here, if there isn't a new mindset, if there isn't a shift in paradigm or a new paradigm, a new mentality, a new mindset, a new construct, new schemata, if none of that changes, then you'll be in a different calendar year as the same you manifesting out there as a looping of feedback, the very stuff you reflected back to yourself or created in the previous 10 years. That's why we got to do the work. That's why we got to do the work. Right now, you are what you believe. If you're poor, it's because you believe you're poor. If you're unloved, it's because you believe that nobody loves you. If you're not successful, it's because you believe you're not successful. I know people with degrees and positions of power who still don't believe that they're successful and worthwhile. If you believe that I'm unworthy, it doesn't make a difference what your accomplishments are. You're not worthy because you don't believe you're worthy, and you keep creating and manifesting a reality of unworthiness because deep in your heart, you're not worthy. This is what you have chosen to believe. You are right now what you believe, even in terms of where you stand with your creator. If you create the concept of your creator, this is another narrative that really needs to be taught that people are not going to teach. They present from 1,000 different perspectives what the creator is. These people are not psychologically astute to understand that no matter what you teach me, I'm still going to add my own definition of what a creator is based on what you taught me. And that's what's going to show up in my life. You are right down what you believe. If you believe that your weight is keeping you from having success, or your looks are keeping you from being in relationships or getting jobs, that's why. It keeps reflecting back to you these meager jobs, you struggling financially, and nobody turning their head to look at you. Hear what I'm saying today. Right now, you are what you believe. The book proves it. As he thinketh in his heart, so is he. People sitting next to you, eating and drinking with you. Watch this. The book is basically trying to say they're treating you well, but they're not really who they say they are. They are who they think they are. They are what they're thinking in the moment. They're what they believe in the moment. We are guilty of that. Acting one way, but believing we're something else. Flirting with success, but unwilling to fall enough in love with ourselves to embody and become the success that we flirt with. And we flirt with success because there's a part of us that feels like we got to grind and work hard, ultimately prove ourselves to be worthy of the success, which ultimately says, well, I don't know if I'm ready, or I'm probably not good enough. I probably don't have enough of this, that, and the other. Watch this. So you will flirt with success, but you won't make love to it. My, 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 my. You won't commit to a long-term relationship with it. Hear me? Because the you that feels unworthy consistently in your thinking processes contaminates the relationship. Catch me, catch me, catch me. Transformation, point number one. Transformation begins within. Type point one. Transformation begins within. And I know this is in the blog, but I got to cover it. I got to just gloss over it again. I gotta emphasize this. I got to drive this point home. I got to drive this point home. hmm So the miracle isn't the blessing. The miracle is the becoming. The miracle isn't the blessing. The miracle is the becoming. Point one, transformation begins within. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. According to your faith, be it unto you. I want you to understand faith is not belief alone. It is identity alignment. Type that in the comment section. Faith is not belief alone. It is identity alignment. Faith is not belief alone. It is identity alignment. Type that in the comment section. Faith is not belief alone, it is identity alignment. So the multimillionaire, sometimes before they're even aware that they're thinking like a multimillionaire, they start altering their thinking processes by books they're reading, by maybe mentorships with successful people, or being mentored from a distance in shadowing a successful person's life. And then they start incorporating the elements that work for them, what they believe they need to install in their lives of successful people. They start incorporating it into their thinking, their construct, their systems, not recognizing that as they transform their mind, they're transforming their identity. They start becoming more like the successful person. And before you know it, they have become it internally. And they continue to walk in that becoming until things start manifesting in their world in alignment with who and what they have become. Catch this. He said, Yeshua said, if you be faithful over a few things, I make you ruler over many. I want you to understand that the becoming of the faithful over the small stuff you have stewardship in your life. It's what draws bigger things to you. It's what brings bigger things to you. Just like on another occasion with the talents, he takes the talent away from the one who's a poor steward of it and gives it to the one who already has more, because that steward is an exceptional steward of it. Stop thinking that you're going to change your mentality when you get more of something. You change your mentality when you believe when you have less of something, it makes you eligible for more of something. I feel that one in my shana now. Hey, my God. Hear what I'm saying today. Type it in the comment section. It's tight, but it's right. And I got to do the word. Type it in the comment section. It's tight, but it's right. And I got to do the word. Type it in the comment section. It's tight, but it's right. And I got to do the word. I got to do the word. That person becomes a millionaire, and how they handle their personal business, how they handle their business, how they handle their finances, how they handle people, how they handle resources, how they handle relationships. So faith is not belief alone. It is identity alignment. You must become the one who expects, receives, and steward what God sends your way. Come on now, somebody. This is what I want to say, and I'm going to move on. Stop being frustrated with what you perceive to be little and get excited. Get excited, because as I master the little, I make myself available for much. I'm going to say it again. As I master the little, I make myself available for much. A transparent moment, family, a transparent moment. I'm going to tell you one of the many reasons why I am qualified to handle millions of dollars. I am qualified to handle millions of dollars because I know how to handle pennies and nickels and quarters and dimes. That's why I am qualified to handle millions of dollars. I know what it's like to have to only have $1 or $2 to put in the gas tank. Catch what I'm saying today. If I could survive, the exciting part about it is, if you are a good steward, watch this, over the little, don't allow that to frustrate you. Oh, I'm just surviving. Oh, listen, watch this, I'm manifesting miracles now as I speak. Y'all don't know what I've been through. And you don't know where I'm going. I'm not going to get into my testimony, but I have manifested some things from nothing. Hear what I'm saying. Get excited. Because if you can handle quarters, if you can handle nickels, if you can handle a few $100s, come on now. If you got $2,500 worth of bills and $1,000 worth of income, and somehow you still standing, rejoice. Somehow your bills are still getting paid. Rejoice. God, the creator, source, sustainer, this universe that is consciously connected to us, is paying attention that you are a wonderful steward over the little. You're not misappropriating. You're not just wasting miscellaneously. Come on now. You're not putting stuff in places that don't belong, but you consistently make the right decision to take care of yourself and whoever else you're responsible for. And what that says is that when more comes, if you keep that mindset, we won't have to worry about you being broke after you come into your six-figure income or your middle six-figure income or your millions of dollars in terms of income, because you've mastered the little and made yourself available for much. So what your business is little, it's still flourishing. You might not have as many people, clients as you want, but you're managing that to the best of your ability. Catch what I'm saying today. So what, that car don't work the way you want it to work, but you continue to manage it. You change the tires on it. You come up with the money, family, to be able to have it updated, or you somehow, some way you manifest enough money to keep it going. Catch what I'm saying today. If you can do that with little, imagine what you can do with a whole lot. Point number two. I know I'm getting excited. Point number two. Point number two. Type this. Point two. The brain, the spirit, and the power to change. Point two. The brain, the spirit, and the power to change. Type that. Point two. The brain, the spirit, and the power to change. The brain, the spirit, and the power to change. The brain, the spirit, and the power to change. The brain, the spirit, and the power to change. Type that in the comment section. The brain, the spirit, and the power to change. Neuroscience says the brain is always rewiring itself. Dr. Norman Deutsch, and we have talked about neural pathways being created and what happens to old pathways with new neural paths. We've talked about different aspects of the prefrontal cortex. We've talked about schemata. We've talked about, of course, cognitive bias, confirmation bias, all these things, what happens in the brain. Hear me. So from a neuroscience standpoint, we can rewire our brains. I want you to type it in the comment section. I can rewire my brain. Type it in the comment section. I can rewire my brain. I can rewire my brain. Type that in the comment section. I can rewire my brain. There is hope, family. Your brain is not set. 30 to 40 years ago, I believe it was, they used to believe that your brain was set. You were going to get all the brain cells you were going to get in life. And basically, they felt like once you got to a certain age, you couldn't rewire the brain. But now, through the magic, not the magic, but the knowledge of neuroplasticity, the neuroscience recognizes that you and I can change the way we think whenever we get ready. The next thing, the Spirit says, behold, I make all things new. The Spirit in you, the Spirit that is you, the Spirit that you are, can make all things new. The Holy Spirit, or the Spirit of the divine that is in you and a part of you, can make all things new. Psychology says your future self must dictate your present actions. End quote, Dr. Benjamin Hardy. Your future self must dictate your present actions. In other words, I'm acting like right now what my future self wants me to act like. Catch me today. I'm putting things in place as that future me who already has it. This is the transformative or transforming psychology. This is changing the landscape of your mind. Hear what I'm saying today. Right now, Dr. Benjamin Hardy is basically saying to us that what we do in the present must be dictated by who we believe we are in the future. And one thing that has helped me tremendously in the last couple of months as I'm approaching finances and making decisions and using credit and getting through this season of my life, and sometimes I clam up and start clutching pennies like I'm clutching pearls. Hear me. And I hear that voice say within me, what does the rich, wealthy A.G. Green do? How would the rich wealthy AG Green thing. Hear me. And that doesn't mean go crazy with it. It just means release the clutching of the pearls. Catch this. Release the scarcity mentality. Release the mindset that tells you that you're limited and that you're about to run out and there's no way for it to be replenished. That is my future mindset. That is the alternate version of me mindset that is already successful, that represents in this timeline a future me that has everything, that is speaking to me, act like me right now. Oh my goodness. My brother said when he got that car and then he manifested money, he said he's still doing it today. He just acts like he has all the money he needs and desires. He just acts like he's got more than enough money. And it creates a feeling in your heart that creates a coherence between the heart and the brain, according to Dr. Joe Dispenza, that causes you to not only vibrate, but to transmit through your auric field a signal into the universe and intensifies your oneness with the creator, source, and sustainer. Hear me, that says I already have it all. And so now reality says he's living in having it all. So we must manifest having it all. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Point number three. Point number three. Emotional healing is spiritual healing. Type that in the comment section. Emotional healing is spiritual healing. Point three, excuse me, type point three. Emotional healing is spiritual healing. Point three, emotional healing is spiritual healing. Type that in the comment section. Emotional healing is spiritual healing. Emotional healing is spiritual healing. Point three, I want y'all to type that in the comment section. Who's going to type it first? I want to put it up on the screen. Emotional healing is spiritual healing. Yes, yes, yes. Emotional healing is spiritual healing. Emotional healing is spiritual healing. Let's see here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let me put this up real quick for you. My goodness. My goodness. Let me see. I'm trying to shorten this. Emotional healing is spiritual healing. See if I can get this all up. Okay, here we go. I couldn't get it all up. Dr. Bessel van der Kolk reminds us the body keeps the score. Your trauma, watch this, follows you until you confront it. I'm going to say it again. Your trauma follows you until you confront it. Do the work, fam. If you know you got trauma, do the work. If something is manipulating and controlling your mood, your attitude, your physiology, your perspective on life, it's the very thoughts and the very feelings that drags you down, makes you mad as hell, or takes you into the valley of despair. Hear what I'm saying today. It's time to confront it. It's time to confront it. I know it's merged together. The second point is your wounds govern you until you heal them. Your wounds govern you until you heal them. We talk about wounded animals in the jungle who act out of character. They act out of character because the pain, family, debilitates them. The pain alters their mindset at the moment where they can't act the way they normally act. Nice, docile creatures will act crazed when they're in pain. Hear what I'm saying today. Your wounds govern you until you heal them. Stop just trying to coexist with your wounds and say, I'll deal with it in 10 years. I'll deal with it when I get ready. Just understand, even from a subconscious level, that the wounds are somehow, some way having a say-so in your life. The next point is your fears imprison you until you release them. Your fears imprison you until you release them. Let go of the fears. Confront the fears. There's nobody in my house. There's nobody that's going to take what I got. There's nobody that's going to overcome me. There's nobody that's going to dupe and deceive me. Come on here, somebody. And if they do, I'm not going to allow you to have sweet free rent, and free space in my head. Catch what I'm saying today. Inner work is holy work. Lord have mercy today. Type that in the comment section. Inner work is holy work. Folk are talking about changing your activities, your physical activities. No, change your mental activities. When you do the inner work, that is a work of sanctification. Watch this. It separates you from the lower self. It separates you from the baser self. It separates you from the primal self. It separates you from the darker aspects of self. It separates you from low vibrational creatures and low vibrational thoughts. Hear what I'm saying today. Inner work is really holy work. It separates you, watch this, unto the Christ mind. It separates you unto the divine. It separates you unto the creator. It puts you more in touch. It fuses you and infuses you more and more so with a symbiotic, inexplicably interminable connection with God, with the creator, with the divine. Watch this, because it separates you from the carnal mind, the natural mind, from the flesh, from the impulses. It separates you from violence. It separates you from low self-esteem. It separates you from low self-worth. It separates you from lower versions of yourself. It separates you from wounds that are contaminating your thinking processes and got you thinking this person don't like you and everybody's against you and folk are out to get me. And it separates you from these cloudy, dark thoughts that's causing you to miss out on not only the best version of you, but the best life you can live as you. It is holy work that puts you more in touch with your divinity, that puts you more in touch with infinite possibilities, that puts you more in touch with the grander, more powerful, dynamic, healed and whole. Watch this. Who is a healer and a whole and a giver? That is you. Catch this. It is holy work. It takes you out of the flesh and puts you purely into the spiritual. It takes you out of natural consciousness and puts you into spiritual consciousness. It takes you out of sickness and puts you into healing and wholeness. It takes you out of disease and puts you into being disease free. Catch what I'm saying today. It is holy work. And you'll think better and you'll walk better and you'll talk better and you'll do better. When you do the work, it separates you from those parts of you that's been sabotaging you, that's been trying to kill you, those parts that's holding memories from the past of what people said and did to you, those parts that's holding memories of you torturing your own self. It separates you from that old image of you that's an incorrect image of you. It separates you from that old bondage. Hey, I feel this. I feel this. Somebody need to put a hallelujah up in the chat. I feel this. It is holy work. It is holy work. And it's got nothing to do with wearing white. It's got nothing to do with what you wear. Catch what I'm saying today. It has everything to do with your thinking being so transformed that you evolve, you transform, and you start ascending. You start rising above money. You start rising above the old self and the old you. Hallelujah. You start rising above the quicksand and the quagmire that once was an old self, an old you, an old existence, an old thing that you refuse to let bind you, an old story, an old narrative. I'm encouraging you now to let it go. 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 Release it. Release it. Release it. Release it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Say it with me. I'm releasing that old me that hindered me. Come on. Type that in the comment section. I have released the old me that hindered me. Type that in the comment section. I have released the old me that hindered me. And I want you to see yourself in your mind walking that old you. Watch this. Walking that old you to the edge of a cliff. And right before you get to the edge of a cliff, there's a new you standing on your right. Watch this. And as you head to the edge of the cliff, the old you keeps walking off the cliff into oblivion, and you walk into the new, better, greater, more powerful, dynamic version of you. Hey, I feel that. I feel that. Sandadaba. I feel that. My God, I feel that. Release it, release it, release it, release it, release it, release it, release it right now. Release it right now. Hear me what I'm saying today. Some of y'all might need to go to counseling to release it, but release it fully right now and let the help come later. Come on here. The releasing will put you in touch with situations and circumstances that can help you let it go. Some of you are still fighting, still toiling, still wrangling with stuff that happened in your life that owe you 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 2 years ago. It is time for you to acknowledge that you are released so the divine could set a series of plans in motion to help you come into alignment with technologies, both spiritual and psychological, to help you be permanently free of that. Because inner work is holy. Point number 4. Point number 4, identity precedes destiny. Type that in the comment section. Point 4, identity precedes destiny. Type that in the comment section. Point 4, hey, identity precedes destiny. Type that in the comment section. Point 4, identity precedes destiny. Identity precedes destiny. I want you to catch that I want you to type that in the comment section and catch this. Catch this. Catch this. Catch this. Catch this. Catch this. Hear what I'm saying today. Jeremiah 1:5 says, before I formed you in the belly, I knew you and I ordained you a prophet. Hear what I'm saying today. The creator, the divine, the source and sustainer, place all the potential of the highest forms of your identity. It's wrapped up in you. It was placed in you before you took on a physical body, before you came into this simulation, before you came into this construct, before you came into this crude, lower level physical existence. Catch what I'm saying today. All of your highest potential was installed in you, was placed in you. And he says to the prophet, before you came here into flesh, the panoply of flesh, wrapped in the panoply of flesh, I had already ordained you for the highest good. I have already ordained you in a powerful office. I had already ordained you as a powerful being. Catch what I'm saying today. You were ordained to be who you already are before you came into this physical construct, before you slid out of your mother's womb. You as a spirit wrapped in the panoply of flesh were already God, already divine, already one with God. I need you to catch what I am saying today. And if you are catching what I'm saying today, then you will understand. And then you will recognize that your identity came before your destiny. Oh my goodness, I'm going to say it again. Your identity came before your destiny. In the biblical writ, watch this. David became king. He became courageous. Watch this. Before David became king, he already had courage. Before Esther became queen, she had become bold. Did you catch what I just said? Some of y'all, right, this, the becoming part. Let me break this down for you. When I tell you you're in the place of becoming, what I'm meaning is you're in the place of becoming, watch this, through the act of submission, which gives you the act of access to who and what as a ultimate, dynamic, powerful, divine, spiritual being you already are. The becoming is just acknowledging what I already am. Watch this. The becoming is acknowledging the I am. Somebody need to catch that. The becoming acknowledges the I am. The becoming submits to the I am. This teaching is simply eroding away, eroding the anthropomorphic, physical, limited, human diatribes, human lessons that you've learned, and causing you to access who and what you are as a divine spiritual being. Watch this, outside of religion, outside of your natural cultural programming, outside of your racial programming. Hear what I'm saying today, but more so of your spiritual. origins, your spiritual self, your real self, the real you. Mind renewal is about alignment with the divine mind. Mind renewal is about alignment with the divine mind. Hear what I'm saying today. The reason I'm telling you that you're powerful every week and have you say that with me is so that the old can pass away and all things can become new, so that you can be transformed by the renewing of your mind, so that you can know what's good and acceptable and the perfect will of God in you, acting as the I am, the master of your life, the master of your universe, the master of your world, stepping into the identity of power and shedding the skin of weakness. Oh my goodness. Shedding the skin of limitations. Catch what I'm saying today. Identity is the soil of destiny. I'm going to say it again. Identity is the soil of destiny. I'm going to say it one more time. Identity is the soil of destiny. Hear what I'm saying today. Hear what I'm saying today. You may not like, we may not appreciate the person that's presently in the White House, but that person that's presently in the White House is there because of his identity. Whether we like his identity or not, whether his identity is uncouth, whether his identity is unrefined, watch this, whether his identity is inappropriate, whether his inability to articulate is limited, whether his knowledge base about government and politics is inferior, it doesn't make a difference, because he formed an identity within himself. And this identity said he can have what he wants. This identity said he can run the country twice and have a gap in between his presidency. Hear what I'm saying today. He showed up as himself and manifested his way. Catch this, whether you or not like it or not. And I'm telling you right now, your destiny is wrapped up in your identity. Until you know you're an overcomer, you can't overcome. Until you know that I am the one who's worthy of the best, it's going to be difficult for you to experience the best. Until you know you are the master of opening doors in your life, then you're going to always wonder if they will or will not open. Catch what I'm saying today. It is according to your faith, so be it unto you. Identity is the soil of destiny. And when we do the work, we start taking on the identity that is installed within us by the Creator, that it is waiting for us to embrace and has been waiting for us to embrace since we came into this world. And point 5, doing the work makes you a worthy vessel. Doing the work makes you a worthy vessel. Type that in the comment section. Doing the work makes you a worthy vessel. Doing the work makes you a worthy vessel. Type that in the comment section. Point 5, doing the work makes you a worthy vessel. And I'm going to break that down for you, and then I'm going to be done. Doing the work makes you a worthy vessel. Point 5, type that in the comment section. Oh, you're enjoying yourself. Point 5, doing the work makes you a worthy vessel. I know I'm over time. I told you I was going to go over time perfectly today. The work makes you a worthy vessel. Doing the work makes you a worthy vessel. Check this out, family. Check this out. Check this out. You are not waiting on God. God is waiting on your becoming. Come on now, somebody. Come on now. You are not waiting on God. God is waiting on your becoming. In ancient history, there are times when young boys have became king, when they were sometimes born into the throne. And what would happen is a mother or a group of people would run that country until that boy was deemed to be of age to step into the position, and then run it based on his decisions first, or his what he decided or desired first. In other words, the kingship was already there. He had to grow into it. Hear what I'm saying today? I'm telling you right now, you are already who you are. You just got to grow into it. I'm going to say it again. You are already who you are. You just have to open yourself up to it. You just have to grow into it. God is waiting on you. Watch this. God is waiting on you to get to a point where you recognize that you are empowered to speak and things happen. You are empowered to consciously manifest changes in your life. God is waiting for you to realize I get to change my thinking. I get to have a hand in self healing and self love. Come on now. I get to decide that I'm worthy when I felt so unworthy. I get to decide that I'm loved when I felt so unloved. I get to decide that I'm accepted when I have rejected my own self. God is waiting on you to become that great version, that great, powerful, awesome version that already lives in you, that's already a part of you. Hear me, hear me, hear me. Hear what I'm saying to you today. Catch this, fam. When you heal, grow, release, elevate, and expand, you become the vessel capable of holding the blessing. Your identity becomes congruent with God's intention. Your character aligns with your calling. Your emotions align with your elevation. Then and only then does overflow find you. My family, the Creator, God, the divine, is ready to pour. Blessings are ready to flow. Breakthrough is ready to manifest. But the expansion, family, you seek begins with the inner excavation you avoid. Do the work. Become the vessel. Embody the assignment. Align with destiny. Match the calling with character. And watch the divine do the exceeding abundantly above all you ask or imagine. If you're going to do the work, I want you to type in the comment section, I'm doing the work now. I'm going to type it in the comment section. I'm doing the work now. I'm doing the work now. I'm doing the work now. No matter what it takes, no matter what I've got to do, I'm doing the work now. I'm going to identify patterns of beliefs that don't serve me well anymore. I'm going to create the future self blueprint. I'm going to define my thoughts. I'm going to define my habits. I'm going to define my emotional patterns. I'm going to define my assumptions. I'm going to define my boundaries. I'm going to define my values. I'm going to define my speech. I'm going to define my daily behaviors. I am going to do a future self visualization script, and I'm going to perform emotional alchemy on myself. Almighty, I'm so thankful and grateful for the tribe, for those who hung in there with us until the end. We're committed to doing the work. And be not conformed to this world, the text says. Its age, its superficial customs, its way of doing things. But be ye transformed, changed into another form by the renewing, the excavation and renovation of our mind. We commit to that. We commit to the confrontation of self, the confrontation of our own ways. And no matter how challenging it may become, we surrender all these things to you, that we might step out of the shadows of the version of us that has hindered and limited and stolen and sabotaged. We shed that version to embrace and see in your hearts and your mind that you in front of you now that has all of the characteristics, the qualities, and the power that you desire and you possess, and walk from this you in your heart and your mind into that new you. Do you see it? Do you see her? Do you see him? Shatataki Dadamosia. Thank you. I see. I see. And I am. And we remember Yeshua's name, his power, his way, his consciousness. It is so. And so it is. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me, tribe. Talk to me, tribe. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Thank you. 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 It is so. And so it is. I sense a shift in us all. And the upcoming calendar year will be brighter, more fulfilling. Yes, we will hear of deaths. We will hear of tragedies. We will have things pop up. But the greater one lives in you. The greater one lives in you. Greater is he that is in you. Who's in you? You are in you. And the creator is in you. That greater one, that greater power, that greater mind, that greater heart will always be in sync. It will be in sync with the creator. It will be in sync with God. And you will be maneuvered and positioned down the right road to find your answers and find your solutions. I feel it. I sense it. I know it. Now, let me say this, and I want you to prepare your hearts to give right now. If you don't have it today, just come back later and give it. I always like to start the year off, not the first day, but the second or third week, in recalibrating recalibrating, making sure my spirit, my mind, and my body are in alignment. I typically do a fast, not just a fast from food, which I do that, but a fast sometimes from technology and other things so that I can focus on recalibrating and realignment. I'll put out a schedule the beginning of next year, and if you're welcome to join me in that recalibration. There is power in fasting. We don't understand that physical regulation helps us to align with spiritual authority and spiritual dimensions. So if you want to join me, there'll be different things I'll be doing every day. And of course, different things we'll post in our Patreon community also that's going to help you launch the new year as a new you. Okay? So keep watch within our community, and I'll be releasing that schedule the beginning of the upcoming calendar year. And we're going to do some things together. But I am declaring and decreeing on your behalf a great, prosperous, whole new year for you as a new you. Anybody else have anything to say before we sign off today? Thank you so much for your feedback. So encouraging. So encouraging. You all know I appreciate you all so very much. Appreciate you all so very much. Release you with the shalom blessing. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else before I release you with the shalom blessing? Anybody else? Shalom, shalom, peace, wholeness, prosperity. Nothing missing, nothing broken. It is so. And so it is. Thank you for being a part of this journey of awakening and transformation. Support the light through Revolution Inc. by liking, sharing, and giving. Cash App $AG Green and $AG Green Enterprises. You can also give by Zelle. Anthony G. Green at hotmail.com is what you use. And Chime $Anthony/Green/336. If you haven't joined as a member of Patreon, now is a good time. We're a spiritual community that's evolving, transforming, and ascending. If you like what you have seen and heard, connect with us. It's time to vibe with your tribe. Also take time to visit theaggreen.com for the latest developments and explore divinespeciesshop.com for spiritual tools to elevate your life. Your love and support helps keep this mission alive.